Hey guys, what's going on? Jeb here, and in today's video, a major bullish breakout has just come to Bitcoin. Just as we've been predicting for over a month now, Bitcoin has seen a major breakout rally above its key resistance around $8,400 to $8,600 and is currently pushing towards 9,000. So in today's video, guys, we're going to be breaking down this rally and the significance of this rally because, guys, I still want a little bit more bullish confirmation before I start to be totally in the camp of the bulls, but we're getting really close. So like I said, in today's video, we're going to be breaking down all of the technical factors going into this breakout, everything you need to know to be caught up to speed on what's going on in the market so that you can go and make profitable trades and investments moving here into the next several days. Before we get into it though, guys, if you do want to learn how we were able to call this movement over a week ago through the awesome power of technical analysis, I encourage you to check out the Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy at the link in the description down below. That $40 off coupon code January 2020 will be running for another couple of days, so make sure to get in while that is still active. If you guys do enjoy today's video, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. It really helps out the channel when you do that, and I wouldn't want you to miss any of the videos. But without much further ado, guys, let's go ahead and dive right on into it. Guys, we have a lot to talk about in today's video, but one of the most important things that we need to discuss here is this consolidation pattern. In yesterday's video, I had this to say, but the point here is this: Bitcoin needs to break this shorter term downtrend that I've drawn, and we need to continue rallying up to above $8,500, and I want to hold it for at least a week. If we can do that, then I am going to be very happy on Bitcoin, and a very large rally is probably going to result from that. And guys, just like I said in that video, if Bitcoin was to get above this downtrend of resistance right here, a pretty major rally was probably going to follow, and we were probably going to rally above $8,500. And that's exactly what we've done here in the last 24 hours, is that Bitcoin has rallied all the way up to a current high of $8,750. That is a big deal. And guys, I want you to understand something. This is not a big deal because we broke a short-term bull consolidation pattern. That is not the reason that this is major. The reason that this is major shows up on the daily and the weekly chart. That's why it's major. The reason is because here on the linear chart, Bitcoin has broken the downtrend that it's been under for over 6 months. We've broken bullish above several of the key levels of resistance that we need to get above to kick off a new uptrend. I'm going to be showing you all of those in today's video, but I want you to understand this movement, even though it is young, even though it does need some more development, even though it could grow a little bit farther, even though I do want to see Bitcoin get above 9K before I get more bullish, we have just completed something that is very important. All of these rallies that we had here back in the beginning and the middle of this downtrend, they didn't mean anything because what we're about to show you happening here in today's video did not happen back then. I just want you guys to understand the significance of this because I'm not clickbaiting you when I say that a new bull market is probably forming right under our noses. So let's go ahead and dive into why that's the case. One of those things that I want to show you guys, and this is also something that we talked about in yesterday's video. I'm not going to make Taylor edit another flashback, but in yesterday's video, I talked about the 20 weekly exponential moving average and just how important it was. Okay, watch what happens when I put it up. Boom. We're above it, guys. We're above it in a pretty big way. And yes, look, I understand Bitcoin got above the 20 EMA back over here. We're going to get into that in a second, but the fact of the matter is Bitcoin is above the 20 weekly exponential moving average. For those of you guys in the Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy, you will know this video down here, the 20 exponential moving average, and why it's so very important. That moving average constitutes, in my opinion, one of the top 5 most important technical indicators in all of technical analysis. That is by absolutely no means a stretch. Pretty much every single time that Bitcoin gets above the 20 WEMA on the weekly chart, it results in the beginning of a bull market. It's happened only a few times in the last many years. The last time was back over here in 2015. Following that, we had Bitcoin get a little fake out above it right here in October, and the other major time that we've gotten above it was here in April when Bitcoin started a new bull market. Okay, it's very important, and it's not a technical to write off. Bitcoin, with that small move that I showed you in the beginning of the video, has just gotten above it, and that is a big, big deal, especially with everything else that we're about to get into. Because furthermore, guys, remember what I said in yesterday's video, a bullish cross is coming on the MACD. That cross is coming even quicker now that this weekly candlestick is not red, it is green. Yesterday, this weekly candlestick was red. Right now, it's quite green, and this weekly chart MACD looks like it's going to have a cross either next week or the week following. And that's a big deal because the weekly chart MACD crossing at the same time that Bitcoin gets above the 20 WEMA, that is what normally happens at the beginning of bull markets. That happened right over here, and the same thing happened back in 2015 when Bitcoin got above the 20 WEMA, and we also had a bullish cross on the MACD. Everything's kind of falling into place. And by the way, guys, I want to show you something else here that I haven't shown you this entire time because I kind of wanted to wait until Bitcoin broke it to show you, just to kind of prove the points I've been making over the last several days. Let's look at the VPVR, the volume profile. Guys, the VPVR, you may have noticed this, but in the last year, the last 12 months of price action on Bitcoin, the biggest VPVR climax that we've been looking at is sitting here around $8,000. Well, where are we trading right now? We're trading at $8,700. And that's really important because what we've just done here is all of this consolidation that we've been talking about in the last week. You see that? All of that consolidation we've been talking about, that was happening around the VPVR climax. Some of the most powerful resistance we were facing that I didn't show you. The reason was because we had that downtrend. We had the 20 WEMA. If I showed you the VPVR, you might have said, Jeb, there's no way Bitcoin's going to get through all that. Bitcoin's going to fall. Guess what? It did. Bitcoin did get through that, and currently anyway, Bitcoin is $700 above the climax on the VPVR. That's a big deal, and that is also not something to write off. Okay, so what's the point here, Jeb? Bitcoin got above some major levels of resistance. Looks like we're going into a bull market. What does that mean for us? Well, guys, other than us going into a new bull season where hopefully we'll be able to make some good gains from investments and trades, I also want to show you some trades that I'm looking at here in the shorter term that I am looking at making. And some of those are down here on the hourly chart. Now, guys, you could argue that Bitcoin is in a rising trading channel right here with that uptrend of resistance. And if the Bitcoin gets back up above that, around $8,800, then we're going to have a break to the upside. You could also argue that this uptrend that we were talking about in yesterday's video could be extended out and that Bitcoin may come down and test it. So that leads me into one of the points I want to make as well, and that is that even though Bitcoin is above all those levels of resistance that I showed you, there's nothing saying that Bitcoin can't come back down and test those previous resistance levels as current levels of support. There's nothing saying that can't happen, and there's also nothing saying that Bitcoin is going to sustain this rally, even though the technicals are pointing to it. I want to make that very clear. And with that also, Bitcoin could come down here and test this uptrend of support. If it does, here's one of the trades I've been looking at. Wait for Bitcoin to decide if it's going to break bearish or bullish, and then put a trade in here or here. If Bitcoin bounces and rallies, there you go. There's a trade entry sitting around maybe 85.75. It depends on where this uptrend is at the time. You can also go into a short position if we fall back below it. Right now, guys, there's quite a few levels of support and resistance in play. So if you want to make a trade on Bitcoin, just wait for Bitcoin to get close to one of them. Wait for it to break out either above or below that support or resistance. And then when it does that, have a trade. Guys, I was talking to someone named Frank in the first cohort live stream this morning. If you guys are not in the first cohort, you should totally join. The Coffee and Crypto live streams are awesome. But he was asking, how do I trade this trading channel? Well, guys, it's pretty easy. Wait for Bitcoin to break bullish. Wait for Bitcoin to break bearish. When it does, either one of those, because it's probably going to do one of them, have a trade. Have a long position up here above the breakout after volumes come in. Have a short position down here below the breakout after the volumes come in. Then put a stop loss on the other side of the trend line. Really simple technical analysis, really simple trade setup, and there's a lot of those that you can do here with all of the different things going on the chart. Similar thing is going on the daily chart with my messed up chart, because one more thing that we're looking at here, guys, is that on the log chart, Bitcoin has not actually gotten above one of the levels of resistance. This is why I was saying I wanted to see Bitcoin get above 9K before I start getting really bullish on the market. That's because Bitcoin still needs to get above this downtrend right here, which Bitcoin is very close to, as you can see. An entry position for a trade here would be almost exactly at $9,000. I'd probably put it around $9,050 because Bitcoin might get resistance on that big even of 9K. But nevertheless, an entry position around $9,050 looks good for a rally to the upside. Bitcoin from that point would be above pretty much all of its resistance, and we would probably be at the base of a new uptrending bull rally, so I would look at a trade to be put in there. One thing I do want to mention, guys, is that nothing I just said is financial advice. All of these are just trades that I have seen, and I think that you guys got value out of. I certainly hope you did anyway. One more thing I want to mention is that we have, for the first time in a week and a half, seen a green candlestick on the long chart over on Bitfinex. That's not hugely important, but it is something I saw, and I figured I'd show you. And guys, there's something I really want to talk to you about, something that I talked about in the first cohort live stream this morning, and everybody loved. But before we do, I want to briefly get this out of the way. And guys, that is the Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy. This academy funds this channel. This academy is what is allowed for this microphone setup, this lighting, this camera, this computer, this entire studio, this home office, everything that goes into making these videos every single day. It's not free. There are a lot of expenses that come with running a YouTube channel like this. This is not your typical gaming channel where I already had all this stuff. A lot of the things that are used in this channel were bought and paid for by the Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy, which is a course consisting of over 34 videos and 10 hours of high quality content that's going to teach you the basics all the way up through the fundamentals and the more expert level concepts in technical analysis. If you guys want to be able to predict what the market is going to do before it does it, plain and simple, the best place to go is the Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy. There's 1,100 students in the academy, and if you're interested, you can join our free Discord server down below and see what they have to think. I want you to go and get their testimony personally so that you can trust it. Like I said in yesterday's video, guys, I can Photoshop 1,000 testimonies. That is not something that I want to do because I don't even want you guys doubting whether or not it's honest. I wouldn't do that, but of course, some of you would probably doubt me. Go talk to our actual students and see what they have to say behind closed doors where I can't see the conversation. With the coupon code January 2020, you're going to get $40 off at checkout. That's only $159 when courses like this honestly sell for $9.97 pretty frequently. There are courses in the cryptocurrency space with the same amount of content or even less selling for $3,000. I don't want to do that because I'm not trying to bankrupt you. The people in CT2A have learned a lot, and they're always telling me how much they've enjoyed the course, how they go back to it even a year later and use it as a reference in their analysis so that they can remember all of the concepts herein. If you guys want to learn technical analysis, the best place to do it is at CT2A. The link is in the description down below. And remember, we do have a 14-day money-back refund guarantee, so you've really got nothing to lose. Go ahead and dive on in and try it. And if you do enjoy it, let me know in the comment section down below. But guys, before we wrap it out, there is something I want to talk about, so let's go ahead and go to full screen here because, guys, I want to talk about dreams real quick. I've learned over the last 19 years that I've been alive. Again, some of you guys still don't realize or even don't believe me when I say that I'm 19 years old. Over the last 19 years that I've been alive, I've had a lot of dreams. I remember back when I was in, I don't know, kindergarten, first grade, I used to watch a show called Jimmy Neutron. Tell me in the comment section down below if you guys ever watched Jimmy Neutron. And he had this underground bunker because I was always really into science. Up until 11th grade, I was going to go into astrophysics, and then it was aerospace engineering. And then I realized I hated college, so I wasn't going to be able to do either of those. But when I was a kid, I would watch Jimmy Neutron. He had this underground bunker, and I would dream about, Dad, one day I'm going to have this underground bunker. I'm going to make $1 million. I'm going to build this bunker. I'm going to go down there. It's going to be awesome. I'm going to do all kinds of experiments and do a bunch of science. It's going to be great. And that was my dream. And for a long time, I kind of held on to that. I was like, I'm gonna become an astrophysicist. I'm gonna become an aerospace engineer. I'm gonna become a business person and do that. And I kind of lost the dream because it was kind of a childhood dream. But the point remains that the dreams that you have as a kid, they are normally shadows of the dreams that you're going to have in the future. And when the future did come, I had dreams of building major businesses and building infrastructure and building wealth and building homeless shelters and helping people and going to the moon. I have a lot of dreams. The point I'm trying to make here is that you dream as a kid, but a lot of times when we grow up, we think that the dreams that we had as a kid should have been left in our childhood and that there's no place for dreaming as an adult. And that couldn't be farther from the truth. Because, guys, it was 3 years ago when I got into cryptocurrency on July 31st, 2017 at about 8 o'clock in the afternoon. And I saw a video by Crypto Nick, no less, that all of a sudden a dream was ignited inside me. It was a dream to go and do something in the cryptocurrency space. I knew in my heart that my entire life had just changed. I've talked about that many times. My whole life had just changed, and I'd only seen a few videos of cryptocurrency, but I knew it had. And fast forward nearly 3 years later now, and obviously the dreams that I had back then when I first got into crypto, when I didn't even know how to trade, when I bought 0.25 Litecoin at $41.02 in August of 2017, I remember that day specifically. I had a dream. I had a dream of building something business-wise in cryptocurrency. I had a dream of doing it. And if I had have just said to myself, oh, that's a stupid dream, oh, you can't do that, then it wouldn't have happened. I watched the movie Zootopia last night, and at the beginning of the movie, Judy is talking to her parents, and she's like, oh, I want to be a cop and make the world a better place. And her parents are like, dreaming is good so long as you don't believe in them. And I was like, I see where this movie's going. She's going to prove them wrong. And that's exactly what happened in the movie. And the sad thing is, a lot of times it doesn't happen in real life. We have dreams, and we say, we're going to prove the world wrong. We're going to go and do that. But then we ourselves lose track of the dreams. And what I've learned in my life is if you don't believe in yourself, no one is going to believe in you, because why would they? The point I'm trying to make here, guys, is that if you have a dream about doing something in cryptocurrency, if you have a dream about building a business, if you have a dream about going to the moon, if you have a dream about doing just about anything, let me tell you from personal experience, it is possible. There are certain things that aren't possible. I mean, you're probably not going to set up a homestead on the surface of the sun. But look, most things that we dream about as humans in our limited minds, they are possible if you put the work in, but they're only possible if you believe they're possible. And those dreams will only come to fruition if you work for them and if you don't give up hope, because just about any dream can come true if you put the work in, okay? So I want you guys to remember that moving on into the rest of this year and the rest of our lives, because a lot of people think that dreaming is something that we shouldn't do. I saw someone mention in the comment section yesterday, I try to keep my dreams low so I don't get disappointed. Guys, life is all about disappointment. Do you want to live disappointment for the rest of your life because you didn't even try? Do you want to be on your deathbed and the last thing you're thinking about is, I wish I had have tried? Because I guarantee, I haven't been there, but I guarantee you that's probably one of the worst things a human being can go through, is knowing I have an hour left to live and I didn't put in the work to do what I wanted to do and I have regrets. Do you want to have that kind of disappointment, or do you want to have the disappointment of failure, but at least know for the rest of your life that you tried? So keep that in mind, because I promise you guys, go to a retirement home and there's going to be a lot of people there that wish they had done more. I've never been there, but I know that's the way it's going to be. Don't ever give up on your dreams. They're there for a reason. It's the universe trying to tell you to do something, so react to them and start moving towards them. Take the first step today. I don't know what your dream is. Maybe tell us in the comment section down below. What are you dreaming about, and are you actually on a trajectory to make it come to fruition? Because like I said, guys, it can happen if you keep working for it. So anyway, guys, if your dream is cryptocurrency, then go ahead and put your all into it and at least be on your deathbed, hopefully many decades from now, and be able to say, at least I tried. Because that'll be better consolation than anything that anyone could ever give you. But as always, guys, I do want to thank each and every single last one of you for watching, as always. And I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.